Today we are tackling 4 important questions. Firstly, we'll review a 25-year-old's investment portfolio and suggest adjustments for long-term growth. Second, we'll clarify which ITR form to use if you are both a salaried and a business owner and discuss short-term capital gains tax. Next, we'll explore property rights for children after divorce and remarriage. And finally, we'll dive into strategies for systematic transfer plans and whether to stick with liquid funds or explore other options. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Kash Queries with Krutika. I'm Krutika and I'm here to demystify the world of personal finance. Financial planning is a journey and it's okay to have questions along the way. Whether we are just starting your investment journey or looking to optimize your current strategy, we have got you covered. So let's get started. Let's welcome Mithilesh, who will be voicing our questions today. Take it away, Mithilesh.
I'm 25. My EPF deduction per month is Rs 6,000. I have NPS Tier 1 with 75% equity allocation and I invest Rs 50,000 a year. I have PPF where I invest Rs 1,000 per month and one LIC policy, Jeevan Labh, with annual premium of Rs 70,000. I invested only in ELSS funds in lump sum for the past 4 years for tax savings. I am now starting SIPs in multiple equity mutual funds. Please let me know if my portfolio is suitable for a horizon of 20 to 25 years. I have personal health insurance and also term insurance. The SIPs are as follows: Rs 5,000 each in Axis Growth Opportunities Fund, Mira Asset Tax Saver, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap, Mira Asset Mid Cap, Canara Robeco Small Cap Fund, and Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100 FOF. I'm also planning to add Axis Flexi Cap Fund as well.
So you roughly have about 15% in debt, and that makes it an aggressive allocation with 85% in equity. If you can take that volatility, fine. Otherwise, add some short duration debt funds. Within equity, you have about a third in mid cap and small cap, and that also makes the portfolio a bit aggressive. I won't suggest to add Axis Flexi Cap Fund right now. If you plan to add more, then use index funds such as UTI Nifty 50 or Axis Nifty 100 to provide some large cap exposure. The funds you are holding are fine as of now, but you need to keep reviewing your portfolio at least once a year and track the performance of your funds. Great. Let's move on to the next question. Mithilesh, please can you tell us?
Which ITR type should one select if he or she is a salaried person in one firm and a proprietor in another firm? What is the tax on short-term capital gain if total gain in a year is below 1 lakh?
So income from proprietorship is classified as business income. Hence the individual will need to select form ITR 3 for reporting of salary and business income. However, if the person is availing any presumptive scheme of taxation under section 44AD or 44ADA etc. for business income, then the person should select form ITR 4 for reporting these incomes. Besides, you haven't clarified the nature of assets from which the short-term capital gains is realized. So if the gain is from the sale of listed equity shares or equity-oriented mutual funds, then the gain shall be taxed at the rate of 20% irrespective of the amount of gains. However, if it is from any other asset like immovable property etc., then it shall be taxed as per the slab rate applicable to the individual. Okay, great. Now let's move on to the next question. Mithilesh, please.
I and my husband have separated after 4 years of marriage and we have a 2-year-old son. My husband is planning to get married again after the divorce is finalized. He has 2 properties in his name. If he has children from his second marriage, will my son be able to stake a claim to these properties, or will his children from the second marriage have the sole claim over these?
So if your husband's properties are self-acquired and in his name, he can will these to whoever he wants via return will. If however he dies in state, that is without a will, then your son as a class 1 legal heir will have an equal right over the properties as the other legal heirs. If the properties are ancestral, then your son by virtue of birth can stake a claim to these properties. Great. With that, let's move on to our last question. Mithilesh, please.
I had invested a lump sum in PPFA's liquid fund, from which the money shifts to a FlexiCap fund through STP. The entire money will be transferred in 30 installments. However, I am worried about the opportunity cost of not keeping money in the debt fund. Should I shift my funds to a conservative hybrid fund and then start an STP to a flexi cap, or should I let it be the way it is?
Conservative hybrid funds invest approximately 10 to 25% in equity instruments. As per historical data, on a rolling return basis, this category has seen negative returns. The maturity profile of debt component here may not remain constant and may not match your horizon. Also, these funds can venture into low credit instruments which can be risky. This category can face volatility and impact your STP amount. The minimum horizon for this category should be around 3 to 5 years. Keeping these points in mind, I would not suggest you shift your funds into this category. Since your STP time frame is short and your main goal is to invest in equities, opportunity cost on debt side should not be your primary concern. On the other hand, since you have a lump sum money in a liquid fund, you can think of deploying this corpus in decent correction pockets over the 30-month period and shorten your STP time frame. This way, you will be able to generate higher returns from equities in the long run. If you don't know how and when to time the equity markets, you can stick with systematically investing in equities via STP route. Since we will see a rate hike cycle soon and it will impact the returns of many debt funds, I suggest you stick with liquid, low duration and arbitrage funds. Out of 30 monthly STP installments, you can leave the corpus for the initial 15 months in your liquid fund, and rest you can park in high credit quality low duration funds and arbitrage funds. Towards the end of your initial 15-month STP installment period, you can redeem and invest back in your current liquid fund. So this way you can get slightly higher returns than the liquid category. Please keep in mind, the execution can be tricky. If you do not understand and can't manage this, then staying put in your liquid fund will be the most convenient and less risky. Great, and that wraps up our questions for today. I hope you found these answers helpful. If you have any queries or topics that you'd like us to cover in future episodes, please don't hesitate to email me at my email address. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode of Kash Queries with Krutika, where we'll tackle more of your burning financial questions. Take care and happy investing.